Shalom, shalom, shalom. First of Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachahakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace salutations to the elect of Israel. It's going to be a quick one through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Shalom to the hopeful elect lady and her children. And shalom and peace and blessings to all the elders and apostles and brothers and everyone up north getting hit with that blizzard. Man, listen, I'm from up there, you know what I'm saying? And that's mad snow. You know what I'm saying? That's mad snow. You know, but I know I know how about Shimmy how I got them. You know what I mean? I just wanted to get a quick one here, man, because everyone's talking about it, but I want to get on it too, because you know, we gotta be circumspect. You know what I'm saying? Which is in regards to the book of Ephesians. Let's get it. Ephesians 5. Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. Ephesians 5:16. See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is. And we're going to get into that will. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at this right here. All right. Look at this. Americans trapped in Puerto Vallarta tells families where to find their wills as resorts run out of food and Cancun tourists ordered to shelter in place. Look at this. Let's get a little bit of this. Look at this. Look at all this hell breaking loose. Look at all this hell breaking loose. An American couple on their first trip away from their 4-year-old son have told their family members that their will is hidden after becoming trapped in Mexico. They trapped. And this ain't like Tupac either. These motherfuckers is trapped. Them cartels down there are putting in work. You know what I'm saying? An unnamed couple on vacation in Puerto Vallarta when the leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel was killed by the Mexican military on Sunday. So they're not there snapping, promoting widespread violence across the region. I had to call my mom today, and just tell her, look here where my will is. We just created this. I don't want you to panic, but I may need you to stay a couple days extra with my son, the concerned father told Fox Digital. This is the time where we've ever been away from him. My wife was saying we are never leaving him again, as to referring to their 4-year-old son. Authorities in Jalisco, Guadalajara, and Guadalajara, I'm butchering it, but reported that at least 14 people were killed Sunday, including 7 National Guard troops, as videos circulating on social media showed tourists walking on the beaches with smoke rising in the distance. Good God Almighty. The U.S. State Department has issued a shelter-in-place order due to ongoing security operations and related roadblocks and criminal activity that encompass vacation spots like Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Tulum. But tourists trapped at resorts in those cities have warned the hotels are down to their last bit of food. Salakia, that's my at 9 o'clock phone turns off because time to start winding down. But tourists trapped at resorts in those cities have warned the hotels are down to the very last bit of food. One guest claiming they are just sort of surviving off of granola bars. Man, listen. Us Israelites, we've done survived off of granola bars, cans of beans, cans of pineapples, eating the pineapples, drinking the juice, pork and beans, potty meat. You know what I'm saying? But some vacationers who had early Sunday morning flights managed to get home, but others are now locked down at the airport after most domestic and international flights were both canceled out of Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta. Cartel boss Neminsko Ruben Otorera Cervantes, known as El Machino, was killed during a shootout in his home in Jalisco as the Mexican military attempted to capture him. See? What the hell is going on down here? Why are they trying to capture him? Right? Why are they trying to catch him? You know what I'm saying? Like, who owns the cartels? You feel me? What's really going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on here? Oso de Guerrera Cervantes was the leader of one of the fastest growing criminal networks in Mexico, notorious for trafficking fentanyl, methamphetamine, and cocaine to the U.S. and staging brazen attacks against government officials who challenged it. Okay, so that's that drug down there. Not to mention probably a bunch of other things that they ain't not even mentioned. Following his death, gunmen unleashed violence across the country. Cars burned out by cartel members, blocked roads in 20 Mexican states, and left smoke billowing into the air. People locked themselves in their homes as Guadalajara, Mexico's second largest city and Jalisco's capital, and school was canceled Monday in several states as security forces were placed on high alert all over the country. Even Guatemala enforced security on its border with Mexico. See, that's what I'm saying. It's spreading all over Mexico. American tourists have now found themselves trapped in a country witnessing that they have described as war breaking out in the streets. Some hotel guests were allegedly forced to evacuate their rooms and were told to find their own meals at off-site restaurants and shops. Let me tell you something. Who the hell's leaving Who the hell's leaving the resort? Everybody, listen. People go to places and then they go to resorts and they stay there. They say, "Well, I don't have to leave the resort because everything I need's here. I got my food, I got my booze, I got the pool, I got all that over here." You know what I'm saying? Why do I gotta leave the resort? Now they're telling you to take your ass off the resort. What happens then? What do you think them cartel dudes gonna do to folks? Americans? Man, they're gonna grab y'all up. They're gonna grab them up. They're telling what they're gonna do to them. No telling what they're gonna do to them. Hold them for ransom, kill them, rape them, do all kinds of shit to them. You know what I'm saying? Telling you to go, listen. You want to eat? Take your ass down the road. Go down there to uh, uh I don't know the Mexican girl's name. Sugalarara is down there. She makes good tamales. I'm not going down there. I'm not going down there. Listen, man. Hand me a couple of them saltine packets and give me that thing of juice right there. We'll be alright. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But let's get some scriptures, man, and then we're gonna get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over here to Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing that slow down this. And that knowing the time. Now it is high time to wake out of your sleep. Wake out of sleep. Wake up. For now our salvation is nearer than what we believe. Yes, all hell is breaking loose. It's supposed to. All hell is supposed to break loose, man. Get back to that Daniel 12, man. I wanted to get Matthew 24, man. Let's see. No, it's not that one. What was it saying? There should be until I went down too far. There should be a sedition among men. Okay, yeah, here it goes. Well, we already know this here, but I'm still gonna say it, man. Uh, Matthew 24 and 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We're already hearing about that. We're already hearing about the war in Korea. We're already hearing about all these different things going on. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. The beginning of sorrows. All right? It's the beginning of things getting bad. 2 Esdras 9:1. And he answered to me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. You're supposed to be paying attention to what's going on. We're supposed to be what? Watching and praying, right? And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right there. Therefore, there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people and the world. Isn't that an uproar? That's an uproar of the people, right? Then shall I well understand as the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Boom, precept right there. Right? For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved shall be escaped by their works, by faith wherein ye have believed. That's what that thing is. That belief thing is a mug, man. We got to believe. You shall be preserved. We see, you shall be preserved from the said perils, and see my salvation in my land and my borders, and I sanctified them from the beginning. That's the elect. All right. Now look at this right here. Then shall they be in pitiful case which have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments. Right? So a lot of people, because this is all coming to Babylon the Great. This goes right back to Ezekiel 9, man. You know what I'm saying? About setting that mark on the forehead of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations. Then after that, the angel's going to go through and smite. You know what I'm saying? Kill young, women, old people, children. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's happening right now. These things are happening. All these things will come to Babylon the Great. It's just a matter of time. When it pops off here, it's really going to pop off. It's really going to pop off, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all it takes is one event. They went, for some reason, they went down there. They smoked that gang leader, and then their people went buck. They have enough firearms. They already run. They already run stuff. It's a cartel. People are scared anyway. You know. I mean, well, I want to stop at 6, but I want, but that's it though. All right, let's go here. Second Edges 15. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. That's what's happened. The modern day sword is the firearm. And there shall be sedition among men, evading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Is that what happened? Didn't we just read that they blocking off streets? People can't go through. We just read that people are up. The Americans are down there. These Babylonians, these Egyptians are down there, and they can't even get out. There was some that snuck out Sunday morning. They boned out, man. That plane took off. They was like, and then everyone else is stuck. Stuck. And there shall be sedition among men. 2 Esdras 15-16 again. There shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able, because of their pride. The cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Is that what's happening right down there right now? They done telling them people, listen, y'all gonna have to go off the resort to go get something to eat. They like, what? Hell no. They ain't going. Now look at this. 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, and will steal their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Ain't that what's going on down there right now? Now wait till all that hits Babylon the wicked, Babylon the great. Wait till all that hits down here. You know what I'm saying? Wait till all that hits down here. Checking out the 16 and verse 18. Like I said, I'm not going to make this long. Here it is right here. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginnings of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent for scourges as a member. These wicked two-thirds, these people that don't want Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua to rule over them. This is all for you. For all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, not nor be mindful of the scorches. Be like, yo, man, like, why am I going through this? What's going on? Behold, victuals shall be sold cheap upon the earth, right? So that means that, like, some things are gonna pop up for you to eat and consume, and you're gonna be like, oh man, this is good. But they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword, that's fighting, right? That's the firearm. People shootouts, famine, right? Talking about they ain't nothing to eat there, right? And great confusion. People are confused down there. How are we gonna get out of here? Where are we gonna go? What do you mean I gotta go off a resort? That's mass confusion. They don't know what the hell to do. What the hell's going on? They went to Mexico to chill. Man, I wonder how many football players are down there. Weren't there footballs down there, players in Cancun? Or did they bounce after the Pro Bowl? I don't know. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish from famine, and the other that escape the hunger, right? So if they don't get so if they don't get so if they don't die from not eating, right? The sword's gonna kill them. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we like there's some real shit going on down there, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, when all this hell breaks loose here, we gonna need that spiritual power. We gonna need Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to come through for us, and He will. He always do, man. 10 times out of 10, 100 times out of 100, He always do, man. It's always on time. It's always what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what the brother and I were talking about today, man. Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Who's that? That's the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. So even the things the Israelites, even the things we went through as far as the slave trade and all that, it's gonna be worse than that. This Jacob's trouble right here. All right? Such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book. And that's the elect of Israel. That's the elect. Make sure I went through all my scriptures here. I went through second Andrews, 65, boom, boom, boom. Okay, yeah. That's all I wanted to say, man, through the spirit, man. I had to touch on it, man. I mean, my people's is going to Mexico in 3 weeks, and I was already telling them, I was like, yo, don't go. I was like, don't go. Oh man, it's 3 weeks away, man. And where we are, we're further away from all that stuff over there. But I was like, yo, B, it don't matter, fam. Like, you still down there. Them cartels run that shit down there, man. Like, don't go. Don't go. He's like, man, we ain't worried about it. I was like, don't go, man. You don't go. It can get worse in 3 weeks. It can get worse. It can get worse tomorrow. We don't even know what's really popping off down there now. We just getting the news late. We don't know what the heezy for sheezy's going on. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know. But we do know. Through the spirit, we know that it's high time for us to wake up out of sleep because our salvation is nearer than what we believe. We know that. Let's get that again. What is that? Romans? Yep. 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, we're supposed to know these things, right? Now that it is high time to awake out of sleep. Let's get that in the it's 13 and 11. Put that in. Let's read it here. Romans 13, 11 in the NLT. This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up, for your salvation is nearer than when we first believed. Wake up. Wake your punk ass up, like MC8 used to say. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. Wake up, man. That's all I wanted to say, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. The water Yahweh Shem Yahushai Bahashir Rakakadash for your spirit to do this lesson. Shalom to the hopeful elect lady. Pray for our elders and apostles and the brothers up north, and pray for us all over all over Babylon the Great, man. Cause it's time. It's time to go, man. And we gotta buckle up. We gotta buckle down. We gotta hunker down, man. You know what I'm saying? Speaking to myself first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right now. Shabbat Shalom.